me feel ill when we have crashed a party. This is what you'll get. This is what you'll get. This is what you'll get when you mess with us. Karma police, I've given all I can, it's not enough. I've given all I can, but we're still on the payroll. This is what you'll get. This is what you'll get. This is what you'll get when you mess with us. For a minute, I lost myself. I lost myself. For a minute, I lost myself. I lost myself. Child grows up to be somebody that just loves to learn, and another child grows up to be somebody you just love to burn. Mom loves the both of them. You see, it's in the blood. Both kids are good to mom. Blood's thicker than the mud. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. Oh, no bad. Wow, no bad. Still checking each other out. Hey, nobody cause your heart is there. But you can't see cause you've been somewhere else. You can't cry cause you look broke down. But you're crying anyway cause you're all broke down. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. Oh, yeah, a family affair.
How's it going? It's to be kind time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to dive into another long ass album. Why does the green screen look so shit on the old webcam? I mean, unlucky for the stream viewers who have to deal with that. Okay, I'm using the good camera for the video. I need a different microphone. This microphone's fine. crusty reviews. What do you mean crusty? I have just showered. I am as far from crusty as I'll ever be. It's gonna be crazy. It's been a while since I've listened to this album front to back. It's been a while. I'm excited. Oh, the camera. The camera might be a little foggy, actually. Let me, No. Oh, for fuck's sake, hang on. Let me fucking clean the camera a bit. Damn, that actually helped a little bit. Wow. Thank you, PC. I did plug my phone in. Yep. Your first real attempt to sit through this thing. Of course, you've heard it before, but not fully straight through. Damn. Need the buzz cut. The buzz cut's coming soon. The buzz cut is coming in 4 days. 4 days. This Saturday. I'm staying at Harley's with my friends. We're having a Halloween get-together, even though it's on the 1st of November. And we're shaving my head there. Okay, that's one of the activities we have planned, is they're going to shave my head. So yes, the bold era is coming on Saturday, even though you guys won't see me until Sunday. Why? That's one of my least favorite things about this camera. It would always look like the light is flashing, especially considering I'm probably overexposed as fuck right now because of this. On streaming services, the To Be Kind background is white for some reason. I don't like it. Oh, the Mario Party sessions, absolutely, absolutely. I feel very trained. I feel prepared. I feel ready. Why is the notepad not lined up properly? Hang on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, that's not lined up properly. Hang on. Now that's going too high. That still doesn't look lined up properly. See, now it's overlap. Hang on. Hang on. Whatever, I don't care. Vinyl and CD have the proper image, though it's sad the vinyl track list is so bad. Yeah, they usually like fuck with the track listing on vinyl and shit. Like I know they did that for the Beggar. My copy of the Beggar has a completely different track listing. I don't know about the Seer. I've not listened to it on the Seer yet. The Seer's vinyl track list is horrible. I've not looked at it. I have it on vinyl. I've not looked at the track list yet. Anyway, I'm gonna. It starts with lunacy, then goes into apostate. That is ass. That is ass. Right, I'm gonna start recording and we're gonna get started with this shit. Because I'm actually on a tight time crunch. I've got to go out at 7, which means I need to be done by 6:30, and I need to be getting ready. Which I don't have much getting ready to do. I'm probably just going to be wearing this, but still, I have other things I need to do before I head out. So, we have got 3.5 hours to get this done. Which, for To Be Kind, I think we're going to be cutting that pretty fucking close. Let's do this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for To Be Kind. You are seeing this on my 20th birthday, the 8th of November, 2026. This is being filmed on the 27th of October, 2025, over a year beforehand. Now, you may be wondering, why am I saving this video for so long? And the answer for that is the same thing that I said in the Sia video a couple months back for you, which is that I like these Swans videos to be a benchmark in how my content has evolved. Essentially, my channel, when it began, that was when I started editing videos. That first Pablo Honey video I did, that is the first video I'd ever properly edited. And then, not too long after that, I had a video on the beggar, which was like a nice benchmark of what the first few months of my channel were like. You got to see what the early days of my editing was like. And then, moving forward, about a year later, I did the Glowing Man reaction, which was like a whole nother year of progress. Then a couple months later, we had Birthing, which was another like mark of progress. And then last year for you, but in a month for me, the soundtracks video came out or comes out. And that was like another benchmark in terms of how my content has evolved. And I kind of like using these as that. And I also like the idea of having a video that's a time capsule of what I was like an entire year beforehand. It's a stupid-ass strategy. There's no need to be such a cunt about it. How about that? Now, To Be Kind is the album in the trilogy that I've listened to the most, absolutely. This album was a big, like, homework and revision album for me. There were probably about 7 or 8 times where I was just sat there doing homework or doing revision, and I just had this album on in the background. Never got all the way through it doing that. It would be, I don't know, it would probably be me getting to about like the halfway point, and then I'd be done. But yeah, I remember I listened to the first half of this album many, many times during like the end of like being in secondary school, just getting revision done, getting homework done and shit like that. So this is the album that I've listened to the most in the trilogy, is the one that I'm the most familiar with. And also for the longest time, it was my favorite. I've had this album at a 10 for the longest time. I would stand by that, spoilers. And I just think this album is an absolute masterclass in how to do expansive, epic, primal post-rock. I think that this album takes what was going on the Sia and perfects it even further. Like, the Sia felt like a perfection of My Father Will Guide Me Up a Rope. This feels like an even further perfection of the Sia, if that makes sense. This album came out in 2014. 10 tracks, 2 hours, as is the case with all of the Swans post-hiatus, post-rock albums. I think I'm just going to get straight into this. I feel like I don't have too much blabber I need to get through. Let's just do this shit. Track 1, screenshot. It has been a while since I've listened to this in full. I think it's been since I was doing my whenever I last listened to this doing homework that I listened to this. Also, a big thing to note is this album has like multiple of like my favorite bass lines ever. The opening to Screenshot, it's got like Oxygen as well. This song is also the best introduction to Swans, absolutely. Absolutely.
Fire, clean, right, pure, kind, sun, calm, sky, tar, mouth, sand, teeth,
love that it's carrying over a little bit of that creepiness from the Seer as well with some of these synth sounds. And the kind of marching nature of this instrumental, I don't know, it feels a little robotic, and considering this in the trilogy is the album about being alive and navigating the real world, this instrumental kind of feels like Conformity or something like that.
No pain, no death, no fear, no hate, no time, no now.
So random.
Suffering, no touch, no loss, no hand, no sins, no wound, no waste, no love.
Yeah, Conformity that slowly builds and does the exact opposite, yeah.
No greed, no suffering, no thought, no hurt, no hands to reach, no knife, no words, no lie, no cure.
What, is it quiet on your guys' end?
No hate, no will, no speed.
I've done up a bit for you guys. I got screwed with that. It's one of my favorite builds on this album. It's so meticulous. It feels like they really perfected like the build here. What's up, Shaden? You never got this song? What the song was about? What is it about? I read this as the opener, literally just being like establishing shots of the world we're inhabiting now. So, you know, this video is coming out months after my Seer reaction. My interpretation of the Seer was that it was a journey through hell, at the end killing the Seer, which is like this fallen god, and taking that god's place. This feels like it's establishing the world that is now inhabitable under this new god's rule. There's something that's so conformist about this. There's something that's so marching, meticulous. Everything is in order. But this little build is showing the cracks starting to form. This little build, the way this track builds tension, feels like we are establishing that the cycle is repeating and we're almost at the point of the god becoming corrupt again, which is explored very heavily on the title track of The Glowing Man. But this kind of feels like the cracks showing whilst establishing the conformity of this new world. That's the way I read this track. And that's just assuming that all of these albums are connected. That's my pretentious Swans fan interpretation of all of this. What's up, Dax Eagle? Yeah, conformity to the point of being sinisterly apathetic. That's actually the best way of describing it.
No sleep, no suffering, no dream, no sleep, no suffering, no dream, no sleep, no suffering, no dream, no sleep, no suffering.
Be amazing for a movie soundtrack. Absolutely, Swans is great soundtrack music. Like Michael Gira's compositional abilities are fucking amazing. Yeah. Individually, absolutely, that's what the two are about. Like, To Be Kind is such a human album compared to the Seer.
No pain, no now, no time.
Like, To Be Kind is a very mundane album visually. And I say that in a good way.
No pain, no now, no time.
All of the imagery across this album is real, you know, everything feels like it's setting realistic scenes.
No knife, no mind, no hand, no fear, no knife, no mind, no hand, no fear, no knife, no mind, no hand, no fear.
Like, the album has its grander moments, like Bring the Sun feels like war. The instrumental on She Loves Us feels like being out on a hunt or something like that. Yeah, Screenshot is one of my favorite album openers ever. Easiest 10 on the planet. One of the best establishing moments, I think, on any album ever, where this track is really just providing the imagery of this mundane, lived-in world, like establishing what life is like under like these new gods that have taken the place of the seer, and essentially just establishing that the cracks are starting to show, the cycle is beginning again, while still like not overtly showing the grander elements of the connectivity of the story. I don't think this album really does that at all, from what I remember. This album is very, very based in just the human experience. There are still moments that connect it, obviously. Screenshot feels almost like it could be a direct follow-up to Apostate, honestly. And obviously this, like, it has ties more into the Glowing Man. It feels like it leads into the Glowing Man way better. But the fact that this album sticks so heavily to just the human experience while still having little ways of connecting itself to the other two is pretty fucking incredible. And Screenshot is one of the best examples of that. It feels like conformity and eventually a lack thereof. It feels like the cracks have finally started to show, and the little bits and pieces that would lead into the Glowing Man are finally starting to move and set themselves into place. This track is massive. It's one of my favorite builds on any Swans song. So many rewarding moments throughout this track, like the addition of the piano, those very tinny, pingy drums, the explosive moment towards the end. I remember my jaw was on the fucking floor the first time I heard that. Yeah, one of the most mind-blowing openers ever. Great shit. Yeah, this is obviously very much like, it's got like lots of tribal music elements. It's very primal in general, honestly. Even despite how unclear the room for interpretation is, you can tell that this works as an intro, the way it builds and through the fragmented lyrics. Oh yeah, this track is so interpretive. Like, he's literally just saying words. Just listing things. Almost like, I read this as like the rules that have been set by the gods, essentially. You know, no pain, no death, no fear, no hate, no time, no now, no suffering. Like, an ideal world. No wounds, no greed, no hurt, no knife, like shit like that. It's like the new gods version of a perfect world, essentially, even though it very clearly isn't, and it's forced into a very conformist society. Anyway, Screenshot, incredible opener. Up next we have Just a Little Boy, which I thought I remembered being on the back half of this album. It's been a while. I always thought Just a Little Boy was on the back half of the album. It's been a long time. Thank you, PC. JavaScript error. Okay. What's up, Paul? It's one of my favorite intros to a Swans song. I don't actually know who Chester Burnett is now. I never looked into that. Let me look this up. Chester Arthur Burnett, better known as his stage name Howlin' Wolf, was an American blues singer, guitarist, and harmonica player, born in 1910 and died in 1976. His death was caused by a combination of a brain tumor and congestive heart failure. He was diagnosed with a brain tumor in January of 1976, underwent surgery but never fully recovered, and later died that month. Fucking hell.
No the belly, man. And I sleep in the belly rhythm. And I sleep in the belly love. And I sleep, belly, ocean. And I sleep in the belly through. I sleep in the belly, kindness.
It's funny that he names the title after a blues singer,
And I sleep
because this track kind of feels
in
like
the belly of you.
it feels like the most fucked up interpretation of a blues song, like tonally speaking. Something about the looseness, the very subtle swing of this track. I don't know, it feels like
I'm just a little boy.
well, that's one of the best line deliveries on any song right there, by the way.
I'm just a little boy. I'm just a little boy.
The amount of times that I fucking quoted that, and my friends have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, The Glowing Man is my second favorite song of all time. The Beggar would be close to the top 10. Yeah, it's a fucked up love letter to blues. Feels like he's being shamed into the conformity of the first track, yeah. And especially if it's literally from the perspective. And Michael Giro's vocals, they're the best they've ever been on this fucking album. If it's literally from the perspective of a little boy, it literally feels like that desperation being met with, well, a desperation for love and attention being met with a cold sarcasm and bitterness. Like the society around him is trying to shape him into just another cog in the machine, you know? Sounds like you're cowering up in a corner from Dread and Fear, yeah.
I'm not a human! I'm not a human! I'm not a human! I'm not a human!
The vocals, they're being silenced by the big heavy snares. It feels like it's almost using violence to get him back into line at this point. Because, like, the drums at the end of Apostate were heavily used to represent gunshots. It feels like it could be something similar here, where it's like using violence or threatening violence to silence him there.
I need love. I need love. I need love. I need love.
What's up, Chiva? Oh no, I've heard this album many times. This is not a first reaction at all. I've heard this album plenty of times. The drums happen because of the beats. I would assume that would be a big factor into the themes explored on their albums, yeah. Like Michael Cera's upbringing definitely has an effect on like the music and its outlook on life. Probably its outlook on religion as well. Lots of religious themes that are explored.
Living in a wonderland. Living in a wonderland. Living in a wonderland. Living in a wonderland.
I forget just how long this song is. I always think this song is like 8 minutes, but no, it's 12 and a half. This song, what the fuck? Tidal, hello? Is Tidal broke? Hold on, let me play screenshot. There we go. Tidal decided it wanted to break. I always forget, firstly, the track placement of Just a Little Boy, and I always forget how long it is. In my head, whenever I think of this album, Just a Little Boy is a song that's on the back half and it's like 8 minutes. But no, it's the second track It's like coming up on 13 minutes. It's so drawn out. The instrumental is so monotonous. It's so slow. It's one of the slowest Swans songs in general. Like, it is like this very dark take on a bluesy instrumental. It's in 6/8. It's swingy. But there's something so fucked about this. Like, all of the saturation, the life has been sucked out of it. All of the fun and life of a blues track has been sucked out of it, and you're just left with a skeleton on this track. And it literally feels so skeletal. Like a, I don't know, like that feeling of like your personality being stripped away from you so that you can conform and become another functioning member of society. That, like, the instrumental feels like it's kind of echoing that. This track, it takes so long to get to its explosive moment. The build, the way it kind of fluctuates, it feels like the song's breathing. Like, you get little subtle rises, little subtle elements being taken out, and it kind of breathes like that until it just suddenly punches you in the face with the incredible final couple minutes where it's doing a thing a little similar to a track like The Glowing Man, where it'll be like super loud, super in your face, and then it just completely restrains itself. All of the instruments drop out, kind of feeling like something trying to escape. Yeah, it sounds cruel, which, again, with it being a child kind of being shamed into conformity, with it kind of implying violence at one point towards the child to get him to start conforming and stop misbehaving. I like how harsh that track is. It's not an easy listen. It is tedious, it's long, it's drawn out, and these explosive moments feel very violent. And I think that this song is one of the best examples of Swans doing sonic storytelling. Easy 10. Easiest 10 fucking ever. Just a Little Boy. Fucking incredible. Little God in My Hands. This is one of my favorites on this album. Yeah. This album depicts my childhood, yeah. They're playing this song live this tour. I'm so fucking jealous of anyone who's getting to see that. It's one of my favorite songs on this album. It's like probably top 3. Yeah, I'd say this is top 3 on the album for me. Like, this is one I come back to for casual listening a lot. This is just such an easily replayable track. And it kind of... It's the first example of the goofiness and the comedy of the album. I'm so fucking jealous. I'm so jealous. This kind of is where we start to see the twisted comedy of the album. Like, this track is so fucking goofy. I look like the youngster on the album cover from when I used to have my old profile picture. Wow. I have. It's a big fucking interview that they did. I skimmed through it a little bit. It's one of my favorite instrumentals. The way that acoustic guitar's playing off of that piano. Yeah. I don't know, not gonna get into it, but these statements about you know what were certainly eyebrow raising a little bit. I still think they've done a terrible job on that side of things. It's like, ooh. kind of the closest that Swans really get to just a straight rock song in terms of like post-hiatus stuff. As far as I'm aware, besides, you can kind of say that for Oxygen, but I feel like Oxygen's a little bit too bombastic for that, a little bit too crazy. This is as close as you'll get to just like a straight rock track in terms of post-hiatus shit. I can't tell if I'm just hearing that. I can't tell if I was just like hearing that because I knew they were coming, but it sounded like those Jennifer Jira backing vocals very quietly were being panned around the back of the mic. Let me go back there and try and hear that again. I might just be hearing things, but it kind of sounds like they're very faintly in the back of the right channel. But that might just be bleed from one of the guitars. And then they creep it. Yeah, no, they are there. They're very quiet, and then they creep into the front. Because they came from the same place that I was hearing it. I think they're saying... I've always thought they're saying summon the master. Like summon God to get people back into line. Because it feels like... Yes, that's what I've always thought they were saying. Because we're at a point where people are starting to get out of line a little bit. And it feels like they need to literally bring... They're asking to bring God down. Or something like that. This feels like it could be taking the piss out of God, you know? There's so many different like ways of how people hear that line. Yeah, A Little God in My Hand still, I would say, is one of the absolute best songs on this album. One of the best instrumentals on a Swans track. Again, it's the closest in a post-hiatus song you're going to get to just a straight rock song. I don't know, it just feels surprisingly simplistic. Of course it has its bombastic moments. Of course it has its explosive moments with the crazy synth work. Those wild guitar tones. But this track, during the verses, it's so stripped back. It doesn't even really build. Like, this track, it literally is just guitar, drums, bass, for the first verse, some minor synth sounds that come in here and there. Then on the second verse, you get the introduction of the acoustic guitar and the piano, but it doesn't build. It never builds up. It's not like there's new shit thrown in. It just stays the exact same, and then it just erupts, which is very different for a post-hiatus Swans track, because usually it's so focused on how it builds and the way you lead up to the explosive moments, but it doesn't even do that here. They just happen. And I've always found that so interesting, and it makes it one of the most standout songs on, like, not only the entire album, but in the post-hiatus Swans discography for me. Such an outlier on this album, something that's so simplistic but so different to everything else. I've always loved this song. Again, it's always been one of my favorites. I'd still say it's one of my favorites. Easy 10. Every song on this album is going to get a 10, by the way. Spoiler warning. Yeah, this track is fucking mind-blowing. I love this. I also love the bits of context we get in here, like... we get a little bit of, like, the dark humor of the album coming in, like the mocking of God, just these random, stupid, ridiculous lines. Like, he says shit and blood multiple times, and usually that would meant to be... On a Swans track, you'd assume that's, like, in a disturbing context, but he's just saying it, you know? Stuff like that he's just saying all of this disturbing shit just for the sake of taking the piss out of God. And I don't know. I like that we're getting a song that has a little bit of levity. I like that we're getting a song here. On the Seer, it was just super fucking dark all the way throughout. And getting a bit of, like, biting sarcasm, getting a little bit of, I don't know, getting a little bit of, I don't want to say goofiness necessarily, but getting something here that is leaning into the humorous aspects of a song of this nature that is taking this post-rock style and, you know, just taking the piss out of post-rock, essentially. It kind of feels like this song's doing as well. I don't know. I like A Little God in My Hands very much. One of my favorites on the entire album. Followed by another one of my favorites on the entire album. The longest song in the Swans discography so far. Bring the Sun. Wish they brought this section back on the Vega Lover, because it's on this track, it's on the Glowing Man. I wish they put this in the Vega Lover. I don't know how it would fit in, but it would be really cool to see them lock this into that track. I've always seen this song as being about war. Like, it sounds like cannons firing to me. Probably the Glowing Man out of the tree. I forget just how much of the sound play here is the same as The Glowing Man. Like that wispy synth sound appears on The Glowing Man. The intro of this song is the intro of The Glowing Man, where it kind of creeps itself up a little bit. I forget just how much The Glowing Man is essentially a restructure of this track, just with extra elements thrown in. So you do long albums instead of wasting people's time? Morgan Wallen, yeah? The Glowing Man is somehow even more epic despite being shorter. Like, The Glowing Man is 6 minutes shorter than this song. And it somehow feels even more epic. And that's what I dig at this song, by the way. This song is like a contender for the best song on this album. It's between this and... I won't say which other song yet. But it's close between this and one other song for me. Oh yeah, Music Match. When it comes to longer songs like this, they rarely ever do. It's more atmospheric than The Glowing Man. But The Glowing Man is more aggressive. Which is weird to say, because To Be Kind is the aggressive album of the trilogy. And The Glowing Man is like the ethereal one. But the title track on The Glowing Man, besides maybe Oxygen, is probably the most aggressive song in the whole trilogy. You see this as bringing on the believed good qualities that a godly presence would bring to an overwhelming, intoxicating degree, especially when we get to this part coming up. Yeah, that's all good. I hope check. Feels more epic and has a grander scale than The Glowing Man, but you prefer The Glowing Man a lot more. I don't know, I think that the context of the album makes The Glowing Man a little grander for me. Because the context of The Glowing Man is literally the character, he's snapped, he's lost his mind, and now he's squaring up to God. Whereas this track kind of feels, to me, like preparing for war. Which still is pretty big scale, but... I don't know, the godly presence of The Glowing Man kind of makes it a little more epic for me. Like, The Glowing Man is almost like a second apostate, essentially. Except this time, instead of it being a battle against the seer, it's just an outright slaughter. After the music on this song, so it probably doesn't mean anything. Yeah, the lyrics on this album, the lyrics in the longer Swan songs don't usually tend to matter too much. Like, you'll get little parts that are really important. Like the Ladder to God bit on Apostate, or the Joseph is Me section on The Glowing Man. With the longer songs, they're much more focused on musical storytelling. the way it builds up. Oh, dude. This is one of the best build-ups on any song fucking ever. I remember the first time hearing these drums come in. I had no clue where it was going, obviously. And then when the actual explosion came, it was like... it was fucking wild. Such a great example of dynamics as well. Like just how dynamic of players Swans are. Like the compositions from Michael Gira are great, but the dynamics of the band really tie this together. Yeah, it's been a while. I forget just how epic that bit gets. Fucking hell. The fact that the way that builds. The way it builds and the way it shows scale is it going from this loose, swingy thing with the drums into absolute synchronicity and then ramping up the tempo. It's incredible. It's one of the best payoffs on any Swans track. Absolutely. It's been fucking 15 minutes of this track already. If we're scoring Bring the Sun and Toussaint Louverture as different songs, Bring the Sun is an easy 10. The song as a whole is an easy 10. If we're scoring them as different tracks, Bring the Sun, easy 10. The drums just getting the shit beat out of them is incredible, yeah. I forget who's on the actual drum kit, but it's Thor Harris doing percussion here. Incredible. Let me check the credits. Damn, we don't have any fucking credits for the instruments, huh? Some of these sounds are even incorporated on the Beggar Lover here. No, Thor Harris is just on percussion. They have a different person on the actual drum kit. I forget the guy's name, which is bad. So if Bring the Sun is meant to be like the war happening, this feels like rebuilding after the war. Maybe that's what the war is a fight for. Maybe the song is like a fight. Another fight against the god, and then it's overthrown. And now we're on to the rebuild again. Yeah, and I like that they're tying that real life, like a real figure, into the concept of the album. Like absolute anarchy now. It's a lawless rebuilding society. Again, using the drums there to make like a gunshot sound. I like that that's a recurring thing that they do a lot. Like the imagery of the drums being like guns. It's the album. It's the Swans album.
Hijo de Dios!
I really want to get this album on vinyl. I need this on vinyl.
Sangre es vida!
Just how out of sync the lyrics are here. There we go. The craziest Michael J. performed, probably Oxygen. Starts fucking barking in that song, dude. But he's barking a little bit here, but like... Oxygen is just him letting loose and going wild. Oh, that's cool, yeah. It was late, he was recording it in fourth person. Exactly. I need to get better at reading. We're 30 minutes in, by the way. Flown by. Like the progression of where we started to where we are now is crazy. It's one of the wildest like journeys of this one song. When he's liberated, freed from the shackles of society. They fought the war, they won, and now they're rebuilding. Or maybe it's all in his head. Maybe he has these visions of grandeur, these visions of leading a revolution. I've never thought of it like that. Maybe it's an expression of desire. That was just straight out of Swindon, but good. True. Exactly. Exactly. Feels like it goes without saying that song's a pretty easy 10 for me. Yeah. That song. It's pretty epic. Probably one of Swans'... I'll say probably Swans' second most epic song behind The Glowing Man. This track has one of the craziest progressions of any song I've ever heard. Where you begin and where you end and the journey you go through is so immense. It's so breathtaking and sweeping. The song feels longer than it is, you know? I say that, like, it flies by when you're in the moment, but when you're actually out of the track, when you come out the other side, it feels longer than it is. And that's a good thing. Like, listening to fucking, what's it called? The Sleep, was it Dope Smoker, I think? Something like that, where, like, the hour-long thing I listened to, I forget what it's called. That felt shorter than listening to Bring the Sun, you know? This track is able to feel like double its runtime because it's so packed, because so much happens, and it's kind of impossible to breathe at any point in this song, even in the slower moments where it slows itself down and it kind of allows the song to get a little bit quieter. It still feels so tense. Every single build-up, every single moment of this song feels like you being prepared for the next crazy thing to happen. All of the explosions, all of the walls of noise that you're hit with are absolutely gorgeous. They build up to them perfectly. This track is paced spotlessly. Every single moment of this track feels so necessary. How long each section lasts, be it the initial explosive section towards the beginning, they of course go back to on The Glowing Man, or if it's something that is as long as the Bring the Sun motif, and even like the transition into the Toussaint Louverture section of the track, and just how dark and depraved it gets with some of its sound play, be it the imagery of like the horses chasing down the child, or the complete societal collapse now that it's gone into anarchy. This entire track just feels like the most epic Swans song up to this point. This song is huge. It's a complete journey of a track. It feels like it's its own massive epic story in and of itself, in the middle of the epic story of not only this album, but the trilogy. This song feels larger than life while still being so human and so honest and so real. Michael Gira performance on this track is absolutely wild, the way he's able to go from this incredible godlike figure on the front half to this absolute madman on the second half that's become insane with power and his ambition being as lofty as it is. I'm more blown away by this song every single time I hear it. This is like comfortably probably the best song on the album. There's one song that competes with this on this album. There's only one. And it's pretty damn close between the two. I'd need to hear that song that comes later to be able to properly say whether Bring the Sun is my number one. But it's a 10. One of Swans' best long songs, easily. So good. Incredible shit. Is it Oxygen? You'll see when we get to it. You'll see when we get to it. It is on the back half. I will confirm. It is one of the 5 songs on the back half. One of these 5. Right, to close out the first disc, we have Some Things We Do, which the song is what it says on the tin. It does, in fact, list things we do. Probably, that'd be a really good video. It's one of the most fun reactions we've ever had on stream, in my opinion.
We see
everyone knows it's Oxygen. There are multiple songs on the back half that I glaze as much as Oxygen. I glaze She Loves Us just as much as Oxygen. I glaze Oxygen, and I glaze Natalie Neal. But also, I don't talk about these two that much, but it could be these two. Okay. Don't act like Oxygen is the only song I glaze on the back half.
We need, we fight, we seal, we cut, we seek, we love, we grow, we take, we eat, we break, we hunt, we hurt, we seize, we kneel, we heal, we fuck, we pray, we hate.
Oxygen Remixes EP? That's a thing? Jesus.
We touch,
Oxygen reimagined as house and techno. God, that's an album I need in my life.
we learn, we lie, we wound, we waste, we hold, we kill, we love, we veil.
I love that the first disc ends with the literal antithesis of the opener, where the opener establishes the rules of what you cannot do. No hate, no fear, no suffering. It's saying all of these things that are meant to provide a perfect society. And now this is the complete opposite of that. It's saying we will do these things.
We work, we search,
This song feels equally as bleak though. Like these strings, they're so,
we wound,
I don't know, they're so menacing.
we keep, we blind, we take, we hide, we hold, we breathe, we steal, we bind, we build,
Yeah,
we see,
absolutely.
we fuck,
Everything this song is the fight for freedom against the rules set in screenshot. And some things we do is the freedom. It's the reward, but also that reward is being shown amongst the consequences at the same time.
we regret, we learn, we choose,
Yeah, resorting back to their primitive state after liberation, they now take these things. They now take these things. What these? Oh, once marked as great distinctive persons, yeah.
we love, we forget, we regret, we love, we love,
Songs like that, and the transition from childhood into being an adult with some more aggressive emotions and actions listed here that get expanded upon in disc 2. Yeah. Especially this final section, repeating we fuck and we love over and over again.
we fuck, we love, we love,
It almost feels like the track progresses to boil itself down to what it sees as the most important of these things.
we love, we love,
Like the list of things being said gets shorter and shorter and shorter until it's just we love.
we love, we love, we love.
Yeah, Some Things We Do is an absolutely incredible finish to the first disc of this album. Easy 10. A great opposition, kind of the yin to the yang that is Screenshot. I think that this track is such a great full circle moment to close out the first half of the album, where it's just saying we've now overthrown this rule and we are now able to do all these things we want to do, but the instrumental is providing the backdrop of living in the consequences at the same time, suffering through the hardships that are now coming due to the fact that this big fight broke out and that they have finally been set free but are now living in essentially just a pure chaos society that's slowly deteriorating. And I think that that imagery is absolutely beautiful. I think that the album's ability to show this escape as both a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, to show both the positives and the negatives at the same time, to show that no matter which direction they take, they are just different shades of fucked. That, again, that musical storytelling is what I love about Swans so much, is just the fact they're able to tell a completely different story with the music and the lyrics, like two happen at the same time, one being about this journey to freedom and the other being about the collapse. It's brilliant. It's absolutely fucking brilliant. And the fact that this track has not the motif, but the theme of like this big list getting shorter and shorter and shorter until it's just we love, being taken down to the barest like necessities of being a human, which is loving one another, sort of listing that as the most important thing to highlight. I love that little detail. Song's incredible. A great like first closer to the album, essentially. This song is fucking incredible. Now, I am going to take a little break because we are at the halfway point of the album. Then when I get back, we are going to be doing the second disc. I will see you guys on the second half in just a sec. Doing the clap transition as I've done with every single one of the videos. Alright, yep, little break because we've been going for an hour and 42, and I need more tea to do the second half. Yep, first half of the album's a 10. Whole album is a 10. Spoilers, everyone fucking knows this at this place, to be kind. Okay, who doesn't give this album a 10 in the Big 25, let's be real. Song only works well in context of the album. This whole album only works well in context of the album. Literally, besides a little God in my hands, Oxygen, and She Loves Us, I would never listen to any of these casually on their own. Those are the only three that I would ever see myself. Maybe Screenshot, but still probably not. Screenshot's such a context-based piece. I think that this is an album's album. Bring the Sun is never one that I find myself listening to casually. In the same way I would like The Glowing Man or The Beggar or Apostate. The first part, at least. Even the first part, I feel like Bring the Sun is just, again, such a context piece. This feels like the most context-driven album. The entire trilogy is a 10, but we need to remove Frankie M to consider it. Wait, what do you mean? That's like one of the best songs on The Glowing Man. I disagree with you. I heavily disagree with you. Anyway. You can get the good playlist while I'm gone. Don't worry. I won't torture you guys. Because for some people in here, Swans is going to be torture enough as it is. Alright, I'll be right back.
baby. Extra bright, I want y'all to see this. Turn up the lights in here, baby. You know what I need, want you to see everything. Want you to see all of the lights. Fast cars, shooting stars. All of the lights, all of the lights. Until it's taken everywhere we are. All of the lights. If you want it, you can get it for the rest of your life. If you want it, you can get it for the rest of your life.
Something wrong, I hold my head. MJ gone, I nigga dead. I slapped my girl, she called the feds. I did that time and spent that bread. I'm headed home, I'm almost there. I'm on my way, headed up the stairs. To my surprise, a nigga replacing me. I had to take him to that ghetto university. The lights, top lights, flashlights, spotlights, strobe lights, street lights. All of the lights, all of the lights. Fast life, drug life, thug life, rock life, every night. All of the lights.
Turn up the lights in here, baby. Extra bright, I want y'all to see this. Turn up the lights in here, baby. You know what I need, want you to see everything. Want you to see all of the lights.
Restraining order, can't see my daughter. Her mother, brother, grandmother hate me in that order. Public visitation, we met at borders. Told her she'd take me back, I'll be more supportive. I made mistakes, I bumped my head, and court sucked me dry. I spent that bread, she need a daddy. Baby, please, can't let her grow up in that ghetto university. The lights, top lights, flashlights, spotlights, strobe lights, street lights. All of the lights, all of the lights. Fast life, drug life, thug life, rock life, every night. All of the lights.
Turn up the lights in here, baby. Extra bright, I want y'all to see this. Turn up the lights in here, baby. You know what I need, want you to see everything. Want you to see all of the lights.
Get mine, baby. Gotta let this nigga live. Yeah. Get it right, baby. You should go and get your own. Get mine, baby. Gotta let this nigga live. Yeah. Get it right, baby. You should go and get your own.
Unemployment line, credit card decline. Did I not mention I was about to lose my mind? And also was about to do that line. Okay, you know we're going all the way this time. We're going all the way this time. We're going all the way this time.
Hang on a sec. Alright. Let's continue. We got 2 album of the year core albums back to back. We got fucking Twisted Fantasy, which I need to re-listen to soon. Then we're going back to fucking To Be Kind. Yes, I need to clap. Hang on, I've not started recording yet. Alright, hang on. Start recording and then I will do the clap. And we are back with disc 2, which opens with She Loves Us. And I really like that disc 2 opens with She Loves Us, because this is like the best way to kick off the second half possible. I fuck it, dude. This intro. Okay, so my interpretation of this, I apologize for pausing this. My interpretation of this song, right, is that this is taking place a good while after She Loves Us. Like, this society has completely collapsed. We've reverted completely back to our primitive state. And this sounds like being out on, like, a hunt or something. This sounds like a chase that's so tense. Something that feels so primal and, like, it just so instinctive about this. I've always envisioned, like, hunting deer over this or something like that. It's just so fucking menacing. It's about meaningless teenage sex. I don't care what it's about. I care about what it sounds like. And, like, contextually in terms of the rest of the album, you know, this feels like literally being after the fall of society. We're now, like, out hunting and shit. Now, this is, of course, what I had as my review for the album, this entire section, on Album of the Year. Ravenous is a good way of describing it. There's something about it that kind of feels like repressing the desires, you know? Like trying your best to keep them contained while they're trying to break out. Yeah, similar to the gunshots on Apostate. I like how the placement of the one completely changes as this riff comes along. Swans has gone too low. I like how the repetition of fun here gets under to fuck later. And the song kind of has its own little cycle that it goes through. It gets flipped on its head. By Your Name Is Fuck. If it's meant to be about meaningless teenage sex, I'm gonna guess that that's meant to be just viewing the person as nothing but a sexual object. Like literally, your name to me is fuck. And then the hallelujah makes it feel like a religious experience. Like something, like this is just meaningless sex is what he lives by. Like a dependency on it or something. desires have come true, you're left in a position where all of those darker desires also kind of start to slip through, and it results in like an abusive reality. A society has collapsed. Talking about the wildest Michael Gira performance. She Loves Us does give Oxygen a run for its money. Track completely crumbles in on itself, almost like the society has been built now that the leadership is gone. He does talk about being a woman a surprising amount, though. I think that's more like the desperation for this meaningless sex causing him to sort of be... I think it's his way of saying, I will be whatever you want me to be as long as I can attain my goal. That's how I read that. This track is such a great way of following up the way Disc 1 ended. It seems like we're a little bit further in time now after this... after the societal collapse has happened, and it feels like we are now in a position where whilst all of people's desires are being met, it's allowing their darker desires to kind of seep through, and because there's no order, because it's just pure chaos, there's nothing really to stop them. Like, this dependency through the perspective we're seeing here, this dependency on just meaningless sex and this need for it, this kind of desire to do whatever you can to get it. Let yourself be whatever the other person wants you to be. Do whatever you need to do as long as you can get that high. And that desire kind of forcing itself to turn you into essentially an animal. I think that's what the opening moments of this song are, where it's just animal noises over this very primal riff. Literally sounds like him hunting for sex, you know? Like, again, the imagery being created by the instrumentals is absolutely fucking astonishing, dude. And the fact that it goes into this track that is so bombastic, that's so forward, that still has that animalistic quality, but it has that hint of intelligence, that hint of manipulation that I feel like the character is using to attain his goal as well. This track's a fucking masterpiece. The best way to kick off the second disc, in my opinion. Easy 10. Hunting for sex is a horrifying phrase. I feel like only a band like Swans could create that feeling, you know? So She Loves Us, it's the song's hype as fuck. Like, the progression it goes through is so... There's something so stimulating about it. There's something that's just so exciting. But the song is so twisted and fuck. Hang on a second. My mum's calling me. Hold on. She was asking what we needed from the shop. Anyway, we continue. Next track, Kissed in Supine, or Supine. I still don't know how to say that. After a fucking million seconds of silence, of course. Supine, okay. Supine's the scientific name for a rabbit, huh? Oh, this was inspired by Melancholia. I see.
The moonlight fall upon your breast. May God send wind to lift your lips. The river flows beneath your comb. Granite pines, silver shine, green velvet throne. 14 in flower stream folding in, folding in. The water sings, the black horse screams. May planets crash, may God rain ash to sear our skin, to fold us in, kneeling close, seeking hands, our blood is
Crazy how a 60-plus-year-old unk made
but
this.
what comes next?
And tubular bells? I forget if I've done that.
I will let it go. I will let it go. I can't let it go.
It reads as that, yeah. Someone accepting death.
I will let it go. I will let it go. I can't let it go. I can't let it go.
I think Oxygen's after this track, isn't it?
Let it
Yeah.
go. I won't let it go. I will let it go. I will let it go. I can't let it go. I won't let it go. I will let it go. I can't let it go. I will let it go. I won't let it go. I will let it go.
The title confuses you? Well, if it's based on Melancholia, that film stars Kirsten Dunst, so maybe it's literally meant to be her character and putting himself into the position of her character, having to accept death being right around the corner. Yeah, maybe saying after Kirsten Dunst. Absolutely, yeah. And yeah, this is one of the most restrained performances on the whole album. We've gotten lots of very crazy Michael Gira throughout this, and getting one where it's just him providing a more dead performance, similar to a lot of what was going on the Sia. Well, on the more somber moments on the Sia, I suppose. It's nice to get that here, where we're just getting that moody Michael Gira, as opposed to like the crazy zany shit we've gotten for a lot of the album, which I've obviously not complaining about the crazy zany shit, but it's nice to get a moment in here of calm from him. Yeah, sick of it all performance. There's kind of a bittersweet quality about the acceptance of death here. There's something about it that feels like he's, you know, kind of ready to let go in the way that there's a little subtle hint of happiness about it. Like finally all of this turmoil, all of this crazy shit is going to be over. Like, I know Michael Gira does most of the composition, but I do wonder how the rest of the band would play into that and how they would decide how the sections flow into each other. Oh yeah, the sequencing is fucking amazing. Why is everybody in the chat fucking seeing Swans live, dude? I'm so fucking jealous. I'm so jealous. That's probably gonna be that midnight. Yeah, as this build-up happens, it literally feels like death encroaching. In a similar way to in Melancholia, the fucking moon is getting closer and closer to smashing into the earth. This feels like death, actually seeing death walking towards you, and that anxiety, that terror. Play on Chicken Supreme, couldn't tell you why. You know, for the longest time, this was my least favorite song on this album. I think even in my short where I ranked all of the songs, I put this in last place. Let me check. My fucking second most viewed short is my ranking of this album. Let me see. Yeah, put Kirsten Supine at number 10. I would not agree with that. I think this has moved up a couple spots in my ranking. Hearing it again in context, I think that this track is absolutely fucking marvelous. A great melancholic follow-up to what is one of the most bombastic and aggressive songs on the album with She Loves Us. I will say comfortably, even though every single song has been a 10, I will say my least favorite has probably been Things We Do, Some Things We Do. I'd say that would probably take up the last place spot now. Kirsten Supine would still not be among like my absolute favorites, but I'd definitely say this has come up from being my least favorite. The context of this song being this moment, the acceptance of death, the acceptance of society has now come to an end, and all you can do is sit there and wait till you're dead. And then that transition from the can't let it go, won't let it go, into the acceptance of I will let it go, I can let it go. And you still get some of like that mental back and forth even throughout like the final moments. Like the fear trying to override the acceptance of death but not fully being able to. It's beautiful. The song is fucking beautiful. It's haunting. It's harrowing as all hell. But it also has kind of a stunning melancholic beauty behind it where you that moment, that acceptance of death like coming towards you as quickly as it is. There's kind of a gorgeous moment of acceptance hidden in there, and I really like that. I think that is genuinely the most gorgeous way this track could have gotten its message across, and a very surprisingly realistic direction to take the concept in. Like, the album has gotten very grand in its concept, but like the fact that they have kind of restrained this song down to being as I don't know, as emotion-based as it is, I really appreciate that. This song is an easy 10. Easiest 10. Okay? Well, not easiest 10, but it's like... This album's fucking flawless. It's nice to be listening to this again. It's been a good while since I've listened to this album in full, and it's nice to dive back into this and be reminded why it's one of, like, I don't know, in like my top 15 albums of all time. It's nice to be reminded why it's just as good as it is, you know? Up next we have Oxygen. Now this is the craziest song on the album. Yes, absolutely. Hour stream easy. Yes, the Panic Attack song. Literally sounds like a fucking panic attack. Yeah, someone did a Nightcore version of this, I remember that. It's so fucking funny. Like one of my favorite bass lines ever, dude. Like, same as Screenshot, this album has some of the best bass lines ever. Nothing will ever match my first time hearing this song. This is one of the most mind-blowing experiences ever hearing this song for the first time.
Whoa!
fucking peak. Like he actually just starts barking, because why not? I mean, come on, Oxygen's pretty easily a 10. One of the wildest songs ever made. This song is pure batshit insanity. Unabashedly wild and itself. It feels like this is the most Swans song possible, you know? It's like, I can't really think of a song that's wilder than this, you know? This song makes so many choices. It has such an insane, like, bass line leading the charge here. Michael Gira provides easily his most batshit vocal performance on any song. Like, not even close. It's crazy that this song exists, and it's as good as it is. You know? It's as wild as it is. It's as crazy, as primal, as sinister, as comedic as it is. And it works so well and lands itself as probably the best song on this album. And yes, Oxygen is the song that was in contention with Bring the Sun for the best. I'd say Oxygen is my favorite. I think that this is just such an undeniable piece of music in general, not just in the Swans discography. It's crazy that a song like this would get made. I've never really heard anything like Oxygen that's like of this level of quality and doesn't fall into just like parody territory. It's the easiest 10 on the entire album. This song literally feels like like Bring the Sun feels like the album's centerpiece. This feels like the album's opus, you know? This feels like the album's like grandest moment, even above Bring the Sun. This song is fucking wild. And the context of it being like this one last resort to the primal wildness in response to the immense anxiety and fear that we just went through. It's, again, a contextual masterpiece as well. Like, the fact that you get Kissed in Supine, which is one of the darkest songs on the album, and then it goes into just this moment of pure, cynical, like, nasty-sounding comedy. I absolutely fucking love this track. One of the best Swans songs in general. I'd say it's probably my third favorite Swans track behind The Beggar Lover 3 and The Glowing Man at number 1. It's probably my third favorite Swans song. Yeah, easiest 10 ever. Have I heard the acoustic version of Oxygen? I don't think so, actually. I don't think I actually have. Natalie Neal. I'm next. After the multiple seconds of silence, of course. Did I score a song twice? Wait. I scored a song twice. Whoops. We're only on track 9 and I already had 9 10s written down. Something about this that feels kind of soundtracks. I completely forgot how spacey and empty the intro of this song was.
You dance with a partner, so you do need a partner, and you put your hand on your partner's buttock, and then you do very little steps. It is a very, very dynamic dance.
Like that recording of just someone talking. That's so soundtracks. Soundtracks for the vinyl, songs for the deaf, songs for the deaf, easy. Songs for the deaf's one of my favorite albums ever. Soundtracks is great too, but just wastes no time getting right into it. It's so fun. Like, come on. Shit's incredible. Like, you get this slowdown, you get this moment to breathe, and then it's like, okay, you've had your time to breathe, now we're just getting right into it. Not wasting any more time. One of my favorite Michael Gira vocal performances. On the left of the screen is very important to the overlay. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, wait, you mean on the camera? You gotta be kidding me. All right, are we back? Give me just a sec. All right, there we go. Here is the link to the new stream. Hang on a sec. There we go. Yeah, here's the link to the new stream. Everybody head over there where we will be finishing up the album. I'll see you guys over there.